Well, there are new developments in a decades-old gangster saga.
Yeah, this man, John Dillinger, was killed by FBI agents 85 years ago outside of a Chicago theater. Well, late today, news broke in Indiana that his body will be exhumed in September.
KIMT News 3's Nick Kruzelnicki is live in Mason City, where Dillinger pulled off a daring robbery back in 1934. Nick?
George and Katie, what's now known as City Sitter Apartments, was once First National Bank and one of the scenes of Dillinger's crimes. And now his nephew is requesting that his uncle's body be exhumed from a cemetery in Indiana, and he hasn't given a reason why.
It's like shootings today, you just never think it's going to happen here. Same with a bank robbery. You just never would ever dream that it would happen here.
But it did happen. On a cold day in March of 1934, John Dillinger and his gang robbed the First National Bank in Mason City. Kay Ingersoll, director of the Kinney Pioneer Museum, said the crowd of people downtown were confused by what was going on.
When they pulled up, nobody expected this, so they thought that a movie was being shown here in town. So people were actually flocking to the bank instead of fleeing from the bank robbery.
Dillinger was shot during the robbery, and a local man was shot 3 times in the leg by the gang.
I don't think he meant to hurt people or kill people, but because it was 1934, it was the time of the Depression, I think they just were out to get money. Because when somebody did get shot, Dillinger questioned why.
Several hostages were taken, but were later let go. Dillinger got away with $52,000 in the crime, which would be nearly $1 million in today's money. Every year, the River City Festival holds a reenactment of the historic robbery. Getting Dillinger's corpse out of the ground will be no easy task. His coffin is buried underneath several layers of concrete and scrap iron. Live in Mason City, Nick Kruzelnicki, KIMT News 3.
Fascinating. Thank you, Nick. And the exhuming and reburial of John Dillinger expected to take place on September 16th.
106 million people had their data compromised.